Hello and welcome to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. My name is Paddy.
And I'm Ben.
If you're joining us first for the just ruined it! I thought I was being dramatic. Oh God. Right.
From the top, what did Bennett used to say every time we screwed up a scene?
You shit? No.
No.
What should you say?
There was that time.
Should just be like again.
That's it. Yeah,
Just be like again.
Because there was that time we were doing that Asbo thing, and you had to do a costume change, and she wanted you to do it within 5 seconds. Remember that?
I remember the one time the trousers I was wearing underneath came down as well.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Oh, come on, we might as well. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I just remember that rehearsal session of again.
I was absolutely exhausted doing that.
Do you know what's even worse is that I then went to university.
Yeah.
And that mindset followed me, and so it was like I was doing something like a performance with people. Yeah. And I was like, "This isn't. We need to do it again. We need to do it again. We need to go." Oh, man, it's fine. I was like, "This is not fine." God, amateurs.
I mean, to be fair to her, that drilled in that. Even now, that's like if you can't do it again. So, anyway,
carry on.
If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below on this week's topics. My life. I'm not doing it again.
Do you want me to do it?
You do it. Yeah, you haven't done it. You do it.
Welcome to another episode of Fried Gold. I'm Ben.
I'm Paddy. You didn't say a slice of fried, but don't worry about it. This is going to be
Apparently I can't do it either.
This is going to be a very long episode.
Welcome to another episode of Fried Gold. I'm Ben.
You still didn't say a slice of fried.
Do you know what?
I'll do it.
That is that old guy doing the crispy, buttery, flaky advert. Have you seen that? And he can't get it, can he?
All I can think of Joey going, ooh, noodle soup. Right, okay.
Comment down below, like, subscribe, share.
Ring that notification bell. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, do give us a 5-star review. How about that?
We've made it through!
25-minute intro.
We did it!
Right. We have actually got a lot of things to talk about. So it's taken us, we've wasted so much time just on the intro.
We're out of practice, that's what it is.
I know, it has been. For you guys, it hasn't been, but we haven't seen each other for a while. So
it's about 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, it has been a couple of weeks. So let's do some pleasantries, and then let's catch up on a few bits and bobs.
Okay.
How are you, Ben?
Well, we'll start off with I had an argument with the gym.
As in the equipment or the ownership?
Just the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to the gym. I pinged my little key fob, and as I walked through the door, bing bong, unauthorized access. Please contact reception. And I was like, bitch! It is 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Who do you think is here? There is no reception here.
Right, okay.
Like, please see reception. No, it's 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
There's no one here. 2, if it's unauthorized access, why did you let me in? And 3, I could have understood it if that message came on, like, because of course I had a 3-month gap where I didn't go to the gym.
Okay.
Had that message come on when I started going back, I would have accepted it. But at this point, I've been going to the gym solidly.
Oh, we're doing really well today.
Solidly for 7 weeks.
Okay.
And it's bing bong, unauthorized access. It's like, fuck off.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to be here. It's 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Okay. That's it with this guy. Right.
Anyway, that's that. I got the ick at work.
Oh, hang on. No. Right. Before you completely change topics, did we find out why you weren't allowed authorization at the gym, or was it just a weird
No,
glitch?
because the following day I went back to the gym and
everything was fine.
everything was fine.
Okay.
So, next topic.
Anticlimactic.
I got the ick at work.
Do tell me, I love a good ick. I love a good ick. So.
Now, I'm not going to name names.
Okay.
But you know who this is.
Okay. I know. I love this.
You know who this is because I constantly complain about them.
Yeah, I know. That's why I know.
Anyway. Someone at work took their car in for an MOT.
Okay.
And because they live out in Woodbridge, the garage gave them a courtesy car.
Lol.
Now, the garage gave them pretty much a brand new car.
Oh, okay, cool.
The reason I got the ick wasn't because they got a courtesy car and I was like, ooh, courtesy car, no. The reason I got the ick was they were taking pictures of it and pretending like it was their new car.
Oh, it's giving me the ick. What the hell? Why did they do that? I mean, I know why, but why? Like, I understand why, because of this person, but why? The problem is when I
was sitting there, and I was like, "Can you not?" Like,
I mean, to be fair, I feel a bit sick now.
What's even worse is like the boss and the deputy and like everyone else. Well, let's go see what this car is, because, like I said, it's like it was a brand new, like top of the range spec car. They'd given him a flashy car. Like, I do not.
He goes to a posh garage.
I just think he went to the branded garage.
Okay.
So it was like, I don't dissuade them of all going to have a look at the fancy new car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
But to take pictures and pretend it is yours, that is a wannabe Instagram, like, reality person if I ever saw, anything. I was just like, can you, like, No, I was just like,
That's not good.
Yeah. So, am I allowed to move on to the next topic now?
Of course, yes. Cheers for that. Cheers for giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I also did something at work that you will never guess that I did.
You actually did some work.
Rude. No. Try again.
You didn't take a shit at work.
No. Try again. Always shit at work. You get paid for it.
I know. That's why. On. That's why I said it.
Last guess.
You actually told somebody off that was annoying you?
No. I just belittle them and just make them feel really small.
Okay. I've lost. Right. I'll run out of guesses.
I partook in a company football game.
You fucking did.
Yes, I did.
Oh my god! Tell me more.
So. Apparently, way, like pre-COVID,
right, okay.
They used to do a company football match.
Yeah, okay,
where it was like five-a-side, whatever.
Yeah.
And someone was talking about it, and he was like, let's revive it. So we went round the office, and he was like, do you want to do it? And he was getting everyone to say yes. And he got to me, and he was like, do you want to do it? I was like, what day do you normally do this? And he was like, it's normally Wednesdays or Thursdays. I was like, excellent. That is the day we go cinema.
Yes. So I love it when you use me as a scapegoat.
So I was like, if I'm not at the cinema, sure.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Now, someone wasn't here this week, were they?
Somebody was on holipomps.
And so they were like, are you going to the cinema? And I was like,
yes.
No.
Yes.
No. My mother taught me never to lie.
Yeah, she may have done, but you've lied basically your whole life.
Shh. Anyway, I was like, no. And they're like, so you can come then. I was like, I fucking guess.
Well, you should have just said you were going to cinema.
Well,
you could have still gone to the cinema.
What the worst bit is then? Is afterwards, the American was like, can we go to the cinema and see Dune Part 1? They're doing a double bill, like Dune Part 1 and then a midnight release of Dune Part 2. I was like, what day is it? And he was like, Thursday. I was like, that's the day I'm doing football. Great, fantastic. That clashes with football.
Yeah.
I was like, what time does it start? He was like, it starts at 9. The football match was 7 till 8. I was like, God damn it!
That's hilarious.
Yes, I partook in a company football match. I kept warning them, like, I'm shit.
So what did you do? How did you play? What did
we would like all slowly rotate and everything.
Okay.
It ended at 9-all.
Okay.
I scored a goal.
Ben, I'm so proud.
It was an own goal.
Oh.
It's brilliant. So what happened was, it was a goal kick.
Yeah.
And it was chucking it down.
Oh, okay.
And the goalie fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
Instead of passing it to the person sort of like diagonally next to me, he kicked it. It hit my ass and bounced back into the goal. Booty bounce.
Did you do the Betty Boop?
I was like, booty assist.
Oh my god. Well, at least you did a comical way of doing it.
Yes, because there's someone else who also did an own goal. The person I've literally just been talking about who gave me the ick. He also did an own goal, but that was more like, I'm going to boot it down the pitch. Boom! And then it went the wrong way.
What a
That was funny.
melt.
And it was like, because my own goal was first.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is going to be talked about at work. This is going to be talked about. And then when he did his whole, I'm going to, like, you know, absolutely pelt it down the pitch, and then it went the wrong way.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fine. I am safe.
Yeah.
My booty assist is not going to be brought up. And that's the thing. The following day, no one talked about my own goal. I am safe. Because, you know, I was not like, yes, it was my own goal, blah, 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 but I was not the perpetrator.
It wasn't your fault. You
No.
just happened to get hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas he, like, proper arms out, put all the movement in, put the swing in.
Tried to do the David Beckham.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What a melt.
Yeah. And there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, but as standard, in true me fashion, I've forgotten.
Right.
So we'll move on to you. Paddy, how are you?
I am rather well, thank you, young Ben. I have obviously, as we've just said, I have been on hollybobbies.
Yes.
I had 6 days in Athens, which was very nice. And as we've talked about briefly earlier, standard procedure, the first 2 days of the holiday, the weather was awful.
Yep. Which is your curse.
Which is my curse. It's every time we go on a holiday, the weather's always bad first couple of days. And then classically, third day, I managed to get sunburn. Athens, very nice country. Very nice city. Greece is a very nice country. Look,
well done.
we established in the intro we're not doing very well today, okay? I had a really great time. Other than that, I had a few days off before, which was nice and chilled out. Went to go see my mum, catch up with my mum, and then was away. And then I've come back yesterday, chilled a couple of days, back to work on Sunday, which also happens to be Mother's Day, which is like ridiculously busy. Yeah, we've got like 130 for lunch, you know, standard stuff to 12 close.
Why would you even go back a day earlier just to get yourself back in the rhythm? Why would you go back on Mother's Day?
Because I've got...
Oh, you stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I honestly thought it was next week. When I was organising my holiday, I honestly thought like Mother's Day was next week. Because everything's really early this year.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It is. Like summer holidays and all that. All the things are really early this year.
Is it because it's a leap year?
Possibly. But yeah, I've been nice and chilled. Nothing to obviously report like work-wise because I haven't been at work. But,
surprising.
But you know, I've had a nice time. I feel relaxed. I feel zen.
Won't last long.
No, I know. I can already feel like the things calling back. But yeah, no, I've had a really nice time. It's been nice and chill. Caught up on a few bits that I wanted to do. You know, actually felt like a human. I felt like I've got this weekend off. I've got, you know, it's the boxing. I'm going to watch the Andy Joshua match tomorrow. What day is it? It's Wednesday. On Friday, not tomorrow, 2 days. You know, and feel like I'm doing normal things before.
Did you just say 2 days on Friday?
No, 2 days, not tomorrow.
Friday is tomorrow.
Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday today, darling.
See, this is what happens when you're on hollybobbies. You forget everything. I don't know what days are. It is Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow. I thought I was all right. Should never second guess myself. It's because you were just talking about Wednesdays.
Yes, because American went to the cinema on Wednesday.
I know, that's what threw me. But other than that, I've been pretty chilled. I've been
Lovely.
pretty zen.
Your regularly scheduled Paddy rants will recommence next week.
Yes, they will. And there will probably be some good ones because we've got Mother's Day.
Yes.
So, but yeah, anyway. But that all being said, we've got a couple of things that we need to talk about.
Go on then. Talk.
We need to discuss Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I still haven't watched it.
What have you been doing for 2 weeks?
Work, gym, shave my balls, work, gym.
Well, I mean, that's pretty standard procedure. You could have slotted it in somewhere.
I don't have Netflix.
Ben, you need to find a way.
Right.
Okay?
Is that my homework for the week?
Yeah.
Along with all the Ghostbuster films.
Along with all the Ghostbuster movies, all the new Godzilla movies, all the, what's the other ones? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movies. We've got a lot of things to go watching for the next couple of weeks. Right, okay. Well, apparently we didn't have as much to talk about that I thought we were going to talk about. But before we talk, Dune Part 1, you have managed to go see. You hadn't seen Dune Part 1. So let's talk Dune Part 1. I'm so.
Before we talk about Dune Part 1, there we go.
Right. Before we talk about Dune Part 2, tell me your thoughts on Dune Part 1, and then we can discuss Dune Part 2. Because obviously, I have seen Dune Part 1 several times.
Yes, right. Dune Part 1. I liked the storyline. Storyline was fine.
Yes.
Majority of the cinematography was excellent and beautiful. Need to watch in IMAX.
It is.
That being said,
Yeah.
I didn't like the fight scenes in the first film. The fight scenes, to me, were just a massive blur. I know part of Hollywood now is it's a fight scene, there's an action scene, put a blur filter on it, make it look like it's much more frantic than it actually is.
Yeah.
But that, coupled with the CGI of the shields, I was sitting there going, I can't see a fucking thing. I can't see what's going on.
Okay.
And I even, because I went and saw it with American, and I was like, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I was like, okay,
no,
cool.
I don't dispute that.
So I wasn't impressed with that. And also, once again, whoever's done the sound mixing, I'm going to sound like an old man, but there was moments where I was like, this is too loud.
Yeah.
You know.
I get what you mean, but it's like, the way I see it is that you just know it's Hans Zimmer because his things are loud. You look at like Man of Steel and things like that.
It was like the sound of the spacecrafts or the airships. It was that bit. I was like, okay, this is
oh, really?
you know, yeah.
Okay.
But once again, that could have just been the cinema I was in. That could have been.
It may be because I don't remember having that issue when I went to see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
But that was obviously ages ago.
But yeah, so cinematography majority great apart from the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Storyline was fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, it's a good film.
Good.
Highly recommend.
Excellente. That segues into Part 2. Right. So, do you want to carry on?
No, you go on for Part 2 first.
Okay. Right. This was a bloody great film. I was enthralled in the 2 hours and 40 minutes of epic screamness. Mm-hmm. We have obviously brushed on the fact that we've seen many long movies lately. Mm-hmm. To me, this did not feel like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, it's 2 hours and 46. Give 6 minutes of credits. 2 hours and 40. Stellar acting. I thought everybody was great in it. Once again, like you said, cinematography. I can't say his last name, but Dennis, the director. Mm-hmm. Great director. Blade Runner 2049, Arrival. He's done some fantastic films, and he has a great idea of scope and depth throughout the filming. Even when it comes to like internal parts, like internal scenes, as opposed to like landscape, he knows what he's doing as a director. I think this. I'm not going to say it yet because there's still one other movie, maybe two other movies that are coming out this year, but this is in contention for possibly the movie of the year for me.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I think I can't find a fault with it. At this moment in time, I'm obviously we've just come out of the cinema.
Yeah.
I can't find a fault with it at this moment. I'm struggling to think of one. I'm trying to nitpick at something. Like I know that there must be something, but I can't think of it. Mm-hmm. I just think it was great. Down to the score, the acting, cinematography, CGI. I can't find a fault. And for me, and like we always say, I always find something, like whether or not it be this little bit brought me out of it or that little bit brought me out of it. I can't think of anything. Mm-hmm. So I just can't. All I can say is I bloody loved it. I'd literally sit down and watch it again right now. Okay. I would happily do that. I thought it was great. I cannot wait for the next part. I I want it now. And I know it's not going to be for like another couple of years. But we'll keep it. That's Hollywood. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm just going to gush all over the film. That's my thoughts. Ben, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I will parrot you. The cinematography was great.
Mm-hmm.
The sound was a lot more bearable this time.
Yes.
And, like, I don't know if it's just because it's had more time to be edited and everything. I don't know if they filmed them all at the same time. But the fight scenes were a lot clearer in this film.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a lot less use of the shield, so I think that also helped, make it all overall clearer.
Mm.
That being said...
Yeah.
I found the first third to be very meandering. Like, the best way I can explain it is the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yes.
You have, like, the bit of action at the beginning with him getting to the burrow, and then the wedding.
Yep.
And then and the bit of action at the end of them in Malfoy Manor.
Yeah.
But all the in between of just them meandering, camping and everything. It's kind of like a... Okay, they're following the book because this is what happens in the book, but it's not really exciting. That's what I got from the first third of this film. I was like sitting there going, well, obviously this is in the books. This is obviously they're following the books truthfully, but this is a bit, okay.
But do you not feel like it was trying to set up storylines and plot points throughout the rest of the film?
Not really.
No?
Because I think because I've come off Part 1, Part 1 did way better of that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think maybe if you haven't just recently watched Part 1, it works, but...
I did re-watch Part 1 on the flight home.
Oh, right, okay.
So I literally watched it like yesterday. Well, the other day.
No,
obviously, it was on my phone, so it wasn't the same scope.
I still found the first third quite meandering, and I was like, all right, okay.
Okay.
Right, sure. It felt like they were doing a tick list, right? He's got to do this, he's got to do this, he's got to go here, he's got to do this, he's got to do this, he's got to do this. And it was like, okay, sure, yeah, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then it was like when he got to... there was a moment where it was like, it finally ticked up and it was like, all right, okay, we're at the film now. You know, that's what I felt.
Okay.
And where you say you couldn't get taken out of the film, I got took out of the film. Not for anything that the film did. Mm-hmm. I also noticed this in Part 1. There is a dead pixel in the IMAX projector.
Oh, okay. That wasn't me then.
The little blue dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a dead pixel.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I did notice it a few times.
Yeah.
But
especially when Timothée Chalamet's dark hair went across it.
When it goes a black thing.
Yeah.
When there's like something black on screen.
It's a dead pixel on the IMAX projector.
I noticed it most in like the black and white scene.
Yeah.
That was like the thing that picked me up.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I kept... Because this is the thing, I saw it in Part 1, and I was like, is that a dead pixel? Is that a dead pixel? And then, of course, sitting here, I was like, ooh, watch out for the dead pixel. There it is!
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, I think I only noticed that at like, the black and white scene. So that was like, what, halfway through?
Yeah, something like that.
So, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, once again, that wasn't anything to do with the film. But yeah, storyline was fine. I know I complained that it meandering a bit, but... as I said, I'm sure that's what happens in the story.
Yeah.
You know, these big, huge, epic tomes of novels.
Yeah.
There's always a bit of meandering. There's a lot of meandering in the Song of Ice and Fire series, Game of Thrones. If you don't know what the books are called. Yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of meandering in the final Harry Potter book. There's a lot of meandering in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Well, yeah, exactly.
These big epic stories. There is a bit of meandering in them. It's just unfortunate that whilst the first film moved through the plot quite quickly.
Yeah.
Because it had a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
It then left this one starting off very slowly. And I know you were enthralled, but I was just like, okay, yeah, sure.
That's fair.
But
I think
there's nothing else that you could be done. Like I was sitting there going, well, this is meandering. This is it's slow. But would I change anything? No.
Well, I think that's also a thing to always say is that if you can't pick bits where you would take it out, I think that's also like a strong quality. I know. I mean, you could argue that it was
meandering.
That word. But for me personally, but it is, it's doing the tick boxes. He has to do this and he has to do that, and they have to go there and they have to go through those bits. But for me, as like a fan as well, it's like most people, when you see something and you like, it's almost like that like little bit of fan service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get those bits and you get those bits ticked off, and it's interesting to see those bits. I mean, they said for donkey's years that the Dune, like when the old Dune movie was made, and it failed, that Dune will never ever be able to be made again, and it's like it's an impossible movie to make. Yes, okay, arguing the fact that they're splitting it across 3 movies. However...
Wait, 3 movies? You mean 2?
No.
Is there a Dune Part 3?
Yeah, there will be.
But that will be on the second book or something, whatever.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So Dune Part 3 will be the ending of the book.
Oh, okay.
So that's how dense the book is.
Right.
Is that there is so much content that they're split. That originally he said that he could make it in 2 parts, and when they developed the script and everything else, and they saw.
So this is Hobbit 2, where Peter Jackson was like, "Oh, I can do this in 2 films. I'm going to stretch it across a trilogy."
Except
this one's got more meat to it. Yes.
That's the thing. That's the difference. But the Hobbit
should have been 2 films.
Should have been 2 films, and he added so many bits that didn't need to be there.
Yes.
Where this is actually got the content and the structure that it needs to and can be capable of being 3 films.
It's capable of being 3 films, but it could have also been condensed into 2.
But then you've just proven your point on the sense of what would you then take out?
It was just that, as I said, in the first film, it moved through the plot points a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it.
I mean, even the first movie, like, there's so many bits that are cut from the book.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. That's how adaptations work.
Oh yeah, obviously. But what I'm saying is if he's cut so much out of like that first part of that first book, like in the first film, and he's cut out bits from there, he's obviously cut out bits from this bit and kept in a lot of the major details. But I mean, where do you go? Do you split it across 4 films? Do you make it into a mini-series and make it into a 10-part, 1 hour,
Who knows?
But I still think it's
I'm not saying it's a bad film.
No, but I still think it's a good idea. What I was saying was I still think it's a good idea to split it across 3 films and make the first book a trilogy of films, and then you've still got 2 more books to go. Whether or not they go that far, who knows? That's
when they do three films per book.
Well, I mean...
9 films in total, each one nearly 3 hours long. My God.
I mean, it would be epic, but, I mean, I don't think they would... Well, who knows? Who knows at the moment with what way Hollywood is. But, anyway. Should we do final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Ben needs to watch Avatar: Last Airbender so we can talk about it. Thank you. Apparently we can't do intros.
No. If you get a courtesy car, don't pretend it's yours.
Yeah, don't be a noob.
It's a courtesy car. Like, I would have been more terrified of getting it scratched or dinged or something.
Yeah.
Like, screw taking pictures and sending it to be like, oh, look who's got a new car. Yeah.
I would have, if that was like my courtesy car, I'd have probably just walked to work from Woodbridge to Felixstowe. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh, no. If that was my courtesy car, I can't come into work today. And then gone on a nice little road trip. Test the car out.
Got the driving gloves out, the white scarf. Oh dear. Ben can play football apparently.
And well, play football is...
He just needs to point his arse in a different direction and he can score goals.
And gyms, why you...
Be saying he's not allowed and then allowing him.
Yeah.
That's
at just 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Illogical. And Holly Bobby's been Holly Bobby. Almost got there.
It's weird because, of course, there's someone... I have a friend and her nickname on my phone is Holly Bobs.
I know.
So when you're saying Holly Bob is Holly Bobbyin, I'm like, what is that? What is it?
I know.
Oh! Yeah.
What?
So... when we went on a road trip, me and Holly Bob, like 2.5 men, when we went on a road trip to Lincoln, we didn't know that she was pregnant at the time, and that's when she confessed to me. It's like, we're thinking of starting a trying for a baby, blah blah blah. And we didn't know she was already pregnant and everything. Because I remember teasing her about the names and everything. Because I still stand by.
Yeah. I stand by that.
You know. Anyway, we went on a road trip to Norwich the other week, and I made the joke of, wouldn't it be hilarious if we've gone on this road trip and you're pregnant again? And she just looks at me and I was like, what? And she's like, I'm late. And I was like, well, that could be a number of reasons. And she was like, yeah, I didn't think much of it until you said that. I'm like, oh, okay.
The curse of the road trip.
Well, she has since messaged and said, don't worry, we can go on road trips still.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine.
Well,
I was about to say, people are going to start...
That was close.
People are going to start thinking, it's me. She goes on these road trips and she comes back pregnant. People are going to start wondering.
That's funny. Right.
Finally make my parents proud.
I think that would be debatable. I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, because I can't remember my other thing I wanted to
Still
share.
can't remember? Cool.
It was something... I had talk about gym, talk about work, talk about something in my personal life. But I can't remember what that is.
Oh well. Well, I'm sure we'll save it for another day.
Yeah.
But with that being said, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, comment down below, and if you are listening on Spotify, do give us a 5-star review. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye.